Somewhere over the rainbow, birds fly over the rainbow.
Hello everybody, this is Ogreboy, and I'm going to be joined by Tristan from the Porch Man Podcast, and we're going to be reviewing the 2017 comedy Killing Hasselhoff. So this movie is directed by Darren Grant, and in this movie, a man in a high-stakes celebrity death pool quickly loses everything: his business, his bank account, his home, his fiancée, and he snaps. Then realizes the only way to get his life back on track is he'll have to murder his own celebrity. He'll have to kill David Hasselhoff. This movie is something. But before I get into my part, I'm gonna let Tristan do his part, so take it away, buddy.
Hey guys, I want to give a huge thanks to my friend Ogreboy1992 for allowing me to do this review with him. And so I'll get my review of Killing Hasselhoff out of the way. First of all, this is a movie I feel like you kind of have to only watch once. It's kind of a one-time watch. I found this film to be really, really funny, to be honest. The film is kind of a whole parody of David Hasselhoff, and it's all about David Hasselhoff. And there's so many references. There's a reference to Baywatch in there, and it's kind of completely over-the-top ridiculous. There's plenty of jokes in here to make you laugh. And it's a really fun time to watch. It's all about David Hasselhoff and Ken Jeong. He cracks me up. He can always play somebody who freaks out, and he cracked me up there too when he got caught in the what was it,
Thank you, Tristan. It was great to have you on here. I'm looking forward to collabing with you more in the future. I know we're going to be doing Dora in the Lost City on your channel here pretty soon, and I'm thinking about dropping my own review for it on my channel too, because I'm sure my thoughts are going to be different than a lot of people's on that movie. If you want to join me on there, just let me know and everything, and you can join me on mine as well. We could just both be on each other's channel for the review if you want to do it. And everything. Same with Big D if you're in the review as well. If both of y'all are in there, I'd love to collab with both of y'all. Just let me know. And everything. So, I'll go ahead and get into my part of the review. Now, I think this is a pretty funny movie. This was a movie that was not on my radar at all until Tristan mentioned it and asked if I wanted to review it with him and everything. I was like, sure, why not? I like David Hasselhoff, and I saw that Ken Jeong is in here, as our main character and everything. He plays, his name's just Chris, I guess. I had to look at it. But yeah, he's really funny as our main character and everything, and it's kind of cool getting to see him in the lead role, because he's one of those actors I've always really liked him in everything that I've seen him in, but I've been really thinking hard and stuff. I think this is actually the first movie where he is the main character, and everything, and he does get overshadowed by David Hasselhoff quite a bit in this, but he is still really great though, and I love him in everything, especially the Hangover trilogy, which I'll have to talk about those movies sometime. I'm thinking about doing a Todd Phillips review series closer to time for Joker 2 to come out. But I love him in the Hangover trilogy. He's like the one thing that I think is consistent in all three movies, is he is laugh out loud funny in all three of them and everything. And I always call him Baby Dick because of those movies. If you've seen the movies, you know what I mean. But so instead of calling him Ken Jeong, that's the last time I'm calling him that in the review. Anytime I refer to him from now on, I'm just referring to him as Baby Dick. But anyway, he is a really likable lead character, and I think he does a really good job playing him and stuff. And David Hasselhoff is just absolutely hilarious as this over-exaggerated version of himself. He does such a great job in here, poking fun at himself and his career and everything, and all the. I was really surprised at like how many references I caught to his career and everything. Because, like, I wouldn't say I'm like a huge fan of David Hasselhoff. I've always thought he was underrated, and I kind of liked him and stuff in everything. But I mostly know him as being a judge on the early seasons of America's Got Talent back when I really loved that show. Back when the show was good. And everything. I loved him as the judge on there, and I've seen him in a few things here and there throughout the years because he pops up in comedies every now and then and everything. I don't have much experience with Baywatch except for the movie, and that was because it starred Zac Efron and The Rock and everything. I was more interested because of them and everything, but he does have an appearance in that movie and everything, and he has a small role in Click and everything. So, I mean, I've grown up watching him off and on. I've seen a few episodes of Knight Rider and stuff, but I'm not like a diehard fan of David Hasselhoff. I've always thought he was a likable dude, though. And, like, I always thought he just seems like a really cool guy that would be fun to hang out with and stuff. And, but this movie, he's just absolutely great in here playing himself. You could tell he's having a lot of fun. And one thing I love about the movie is you can tell that the entire cast is having a blast with this movie. And it is pretty raunchy, too. There's some really funny moments in here throughout the movie, especially the comedic attempts at when he's trying to kill David Hasselhoff and everything, and it always goes wrong, or someone else gets the poison, or whatever happens. There's always something. It's pretty funny. It is really predictable, though. It's a very predictable movie. You pretty much know how things are going to go. Like, I even could predict how he was going to try to kill him and everything. Like, it is very predictable, but at the same time, it is just really fun to watch and everything. And I've seen movies that are similar to this and stuff where, you know, they're trying to do something to someone and the pranks are, usually it's pranks and not killing, but it backfires and stuff. But I think it worked. And everything with this movie. I think it worked really good. The movie's only an hour and 20 minutes, so it doesn't overstay its welcome. It's really fast-paced and everything, because I was watching it last night and everything. I thought I still had like 30 minutes of it and everything, and I went to finish it, and there was literally only like 10 minutes left, and I was like, damn, this movie went by fast and everything. And I felt like it's a pretty underrated movie, though, and everything. And I'll say that, well, I don't think the jokes are really offensive, because I don't get offended by comedy very much, because I take jokes as what they are, as jokes, whether they're meant to be offensive or not. I just take it as comedy is comedy. I don't look at stuff as just being mean and all that and everything. But there are some jokes in here that I just felt like didn't land. I think they just weren't really that funny and everything, especially in the last act. There's this reoccurring joke where this guy is trying to kill David Hasselhoff too, and he's wanting to make love to David Hasselhoff and stuff, and they go overboard with it and everything. It was funny for a few minutes, but they carried it out way too long and everything, and I just felt like some of the jokes weren't quite as good, but for the most part, this movie is hilarious and everything. So, I mean, I wouldn't say that it's like offensively bad or like it's just so bad that it's unwatchable or anything, because it's definitely not. I definitely would rewatch this movie and everything. It's one of those comedies I'll definitely throw on from time to time. I enjoyed it and everything. I just feel like it could have been maybe a little bit better. But also Reese Darby as Fish, I think is his name, his friend that goes into prison and stuff. He's really funny too. I'm pretty sure that's who it is. He's just absolutely hilarious. And also you got the legendary John Lovitz in here, who I've always really loved and everything. He's another comedic star that's never really the main character most of the time and stuff, but he's always just been one that I've always loved. As an Adam Sandler fan, I've seen him in his movies throughout the years, and he's been popped up in different movies and stuff. And I thought he was great in here too. I just wish he would have had more to do. But it's kind of one of those movies that you would call stupid funny. It's kind of dumb and stuff, but it's still funny. And I enjoy it and everything. I wouldn't say it's like one of the best comedies of all time or anything like that, but I really enjoyed it. I think it's a very underrated movie, and is better than most of the comedies that I've seen that have came out around that time period and since and everything. Because to me, comedy just hasn't been as good since like 2014. I honestly think the last really great, amazing comedy that we've gotten was The Interview and everything. So, it was really cool getting to see this movie and see a fun, raunchy comedy from back then that I had never heard of and everything. So thank you very much, Tristan, for recommending this, because I don't know if y'all can tell or not, I'm a huge comedy person. Like, that's one of my favorite movie genres, comedy and horror and everything. Superheroes used to be for a little while. They kind of replaced comedies as one of my favorites and everything as far as nowadays go and stuff, because comedies just have gone downhill and stuff, and now superhero stuff is going downhill. And it seems like comedies are slowly coming back, because you had Anyone But You and Strays and No Hard Feelings and all last year. All three of those movies were really fun comedies. So I feel like comedy might be on the rise again and stuff now that superhero stuff is starting to go to shit and everything. But we'll see. But yeah, this movie, it's a lot of fun. So, and like I said, it was just great getting to see Baby Dick in a lead role too, because I don't think I've ever seen him play a main character. I know he has in other stuff. I think he had a TV show where he played a doctor and stuff and everything, and he was like a doctor in real life before he did that show too, which was cool and everything. But the first thing I remember ever seeing Baby Dick in was Knocked Up and stuff. But yeah, so anyway, thank you again, Tristan, for letting me be in this video and for recommending this movie, because this movie was really funny and stuff. So I'd go as far to say I'd give it a 7 out of 10. It's a really funny movie and everything. It's kind of predictable. It's not like anything super new, or it's not anything that you probably haven't seen before, but it's still a fun, low brow budget comedy movie, whatever you want to call it. It's a fun time and everything. If you can get easy laughs out of, if you're someone that it's easy to make you laugh at the silliest, stupidest stuff, this is definitely one of those movies I would recommend. I have a weird sense of humor. Like, I find all kinds of weird stuff funny, so this movie was kind of right up my alley and everything. And also, I wanted to mention before I leave also that I thought it was awesome that they showed the David Hasselhoff animatronic that they use in the SpongeBob movie and everything. I thought that was just a really awesome reference and everything, and cool that they were able to show that in the movie. But anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of Killing Hasselhoff, and thank you again, Tristan, for being on here and recommending the movie, and have a good day, everybody.